If Huawei's Mate 10 Pro isn't on your radar, it should be. A complete redesign from last year's awesome Mate 9. The latest flagship from the world's #2 phone maker isn't just another spec'd out handset. This smartphone actually has a brain. Like the latest offerings from Google, Samsung, and LG, Huawei's Mate 10 Pro features a 6-inch OLED screen wrapped in a bezel-thinned, home button-less body, with a dual camera setup and IP67 water resistance. Once again, the camera here is Leica branded, and of course it features a state-of-the-art chip. But unlike other Android flagships, the Mate 10 Pro doesn't use the Snapdragon 835. It's Huawei's own Kirin 970, and here's where things get really interesting. Like we've seen on previous Huawei phones, the Kirin chipset is a screamer, bringing speed and power efficiency that rivals what you'll find on the top Snapdragon phones. But the Mate 10 Pro offers more than a performance boost over the Mate 9. It also introduces what Huawei calls the Neural Processing Unit. And as you might have guessed, it's dedicated to AI and machine learning. Now don't worry. Huawei hasn't made another virtual assistant like Bixby on the Galaxy phones or HTC Sense Companion. In fact, the Mate 10 doesn't respond to your commands at all unless you're talking to Google Assistant. What it does do is anticipate and augment the things you want to do with your phone to create an intelligent, responsive system. It's so smart you won't even know when it's working. And the results, they're pretty awesome. While the NPU's performance and speed boost claims are tough to measure, it has a clear positive impact on the battery. The phone's massive 4,000 mAh battery lasts for multiple days, but it's the NPU that makes it hum. It's smart enough to know when you're using it and when you're not. So if you forget to plug it in overnight, you won't lose more than a few percentage points. And when you can actually see the AI engine at work, it's downright magical. Take the camera, for example. Huawei has built in 13 shooting modes for things like food, flowers, and faces. But you don't need to dive into a settings menu to get to them. Just point your phone at something, and if it recognizes it, the camera will intelligently switch to the proper mode, so the color, contrast, and exposure are just right. And it all happens instantly. And apps can take advantage of the AI engine too. Microsoft has built a special version of its translator app for the Mate 10 Pro, which leans on the NPU to deliver more accurate and speedier translations, especially when offline. Samsung does something similar with Bixby Vision on the newest Galaxy devices, but it's much more successful here. By teaming with Microsoft, Huawei has built on top of an established translator and can focus on the things it does best. The NPU opens up the Mate 10 Pro to a whole world of possibilities. And I hope Huawei plans on teaming up with other developers in the future. Maybe a Yelp app that can use the camera to identify restaurants or show you menus and ratings. Or an Amazon app that lets you search and purchase products with just a pic. It's great now, but there's a lot the NPU on the Mate 10 Pro could do. And hopefully Huawei has a bunch more tricks up its sleeve. But even out of the box, the Mate 10 Pro is a fantastic phone and one you might want to consider waiting for since it's not available in the US yet. Think of it as more than a mate. It's an assistant, a companion, and just an all-around smart friend you'll want to keep around.